Never attempt to win by force what can be won by deception. It reminds us that winning through cleverness, subtlety, or psychological insight is often more sustainable and less destructive than confrontation or coercion. Here is an example. If a parent wants their child to eat vegetables, instead of forcing them or starting a power struggle, they might blend them into a favorite dish or create a fun game around eating healthy. The goal is the same, but the method is smoother and more likely to succeed. Men are so simple and so much inclined to obey immediate needs that a deceiver will never lack victims for his deceptions. People are often driven by simple desires and short-term needs, making them easy targets for manipulation. Because of this, deceptive individuals, like con artists, corrupt leaders, or manipulative marketers, will always find people who are vulnerable to their lies. People tend to be guided by their immediate wants rather than long-term thinking or critical judgment. Those who know how to lie or manipulate can always find someone to take advantage of. I desire to go to hell and not to heaven. In the former I shall enjoy the company of popes, kings, and princes, while in the latter are only beggars, monks, and apostles. Many kings, popes, and princes claim to serve God or uphold virtue, but in practice they are often corrupt, cruel, or self-serving. Power and greatness often come with moral compromise, so even religious and royal leaders might end up in hell. But above all, he must refrain from seizing the property of others, because a man is quicker to forget the death of his father than the loss of his patrimony. Humans are wired to defend what they believe is theirs. Losing it feels like a personal violation. People will eventually get over the death of a loved one, but they will never forgive you for taking their money, land, or property. Nature creates few men brave. Industry and training makes many. Very few people are born naturally courageous or exceptional. Most of what makes a person strong, capable, or admirable comes from hard work, discipline, and education, not just natural talent. Qualities like courage, leadership, skill, and strength are usually the result of deliberate practice, education, self-discipline, and consistent effort. One should never fall in the belief that you can find someone to pick you up. Don't count on others to save you when things go wrong. If you fall, whether in life, power, business, or personal crisis, you're usually on your own, and expecting someone else to lift you up is naive and dangerous. Always prepare to help yourself. Hoping for others to rescue you sets you up for disappointment. Don't crumble hoping someone else will fix your life. Get up yourself. He who becomes a prince through the favor of the people should always keep on good terms with them, which it is easy for him to do, since all they ask is not to be oppressed. If a leader gains power with the support of the people, he should maintain their trust and stay in their good graces. That's not hard to do, because ordinary people don't ask for much. They just want to be left alone, treated fairly, and not abused or oppressed. Popular support is a stable foundation. A ruler who rises because of the people's support rather than through money, military, or nobility must continue respecting the people's needs to remain in power. Most people aren't demanding power or riches. They just want peace, security, and freedom from exploitation. So, keeping their support is easy, as long as the ruler avoids being cruel, greedy, or tyrannical. Keep your friends close. Keep your enemies closer. When you keep your enemies close, you can monitor their behavior, anticipate threats, and stay ahead of their moves. Knowing your enemy's weaknesses, habits, and motives helps you beat them, whether in business, politics, or personal life. Don't fear your enemies, study them. Stay close enough to see the punch before it's thrown. Men never do good unless necessity drives them to it. But when they are free to choose and can do just as they please, confusion and disorder become rampant. Freedom without structure leads to disorder. If people have too much freedom without responsibility, they often pursue personal gain, ignore rules, and create instability. Without laws, leadership, or consequences, greed, laziness, and conflict can spread. People tend to act responsibly or morally only when they are forced to, by pressure, hardship, or strict rules. But when people are left completely free, with no accountability or need to restrain themselves, things usually descend into chaos and selfishness. It is better to act and repent than not to act and regret. It's better to take action, even if you make a mistake, than to do nothing and later wish you had. Regret from inaction is often more painful and lasting than regret from taking a wrong step. It's better to do something imperfectly than to do nothing at all. In life, business, leadership, or love, waiting too long can mean missed opportunities. Even if action leads to failure, you learn, grow, and can recover. But if you do nothing, you gain nothing, and may be left with lasting regret. Men in general judge more from appearances than from reality. All men have eyes, but few have the gift of penetration. In everyday life, people often make judgments based on what they see on the surface, outward appearances, style, speech, or behavior, rather than taking the time to understand the deeper truth of a situation, a person's character, or their intentions. This is especially evident in politics. Voters may choose candidates based on charisma, presentation, or image, rather than policies or integrity. Social media. People often judge others by curated posts, appearances, or lifestyle snapshots, without knowing the full context.